Hi, I'm Brian Davis, the amateur cook with time on his hands. I've just finished the Spanish omelette video for YouTube and I've got a bit of time on my hands. So this is a dish I've wanted to do for quite some time now. I keep putting it off. So I'm going to show you how to make carbonara the traditional way. The only thing I'm doing differently is I'm using Halal beef bacon instead of, I think it's called guanciale, which is cured pork cheek. That's the only thing I'm doing differently. There's no cream, there's no onions, there's no garlic. Few simple ingredients, cooked right, and you get carbonara like a mama used to make. Okay, quickly through the ingredients. Number one, the cheese. You only make carbonara with pecorino romano. A used cheese or a sheep's cheese, very salty. That's why we don't put any salt in the sauce. There, I've grated it and we mix that. I'm going to blitz it in my little hand blender with 3 eggs. I'm making it a dish for 2 people for a main course, or 3 to 4 people as a starter pasta course. So that's 100 grams. Then we've got 50 grams of what I'm going to call protein. This is hickory smoked breakfast beef, and it's halal. For vegetarians, what I would suggest you do is get some tofu, extra firm tofu, cut it up into small pieces, 50 grams, and fry it off like I'm going to do with this beef. And the traditionalists, you know what you can use, right? I've got 200 grams of spaghetti. This is Durham, only use Durham wheat spaghetti. It's the best, right? So there we go, 3 eggs, and I use 2 tablespoons of canola oil to cook my protein in, and I'm going to leave that oil because from the pasta, I'm going to emulsify that oil with some of the pasta water just to give me a more a looser sauce, a lower viscosity sauce. The key to this dish is preparation and speed. So I'm going to get my eggs ready first. That's the last part of the dish, right? But I'm going to get it ready now, so when I've got the pasta cooked, I can just add this. This is going to be essentially our cream. The reason I'm blitzing it is to get the cheese nice and finely mixed into the There we go. So that's ready. Okay, now I'm going to get the breakfast beef cooked off. Keep it to one side. I've got 2 teaspoons of canola oil in there because I want some fat left over, because I'm going to emulse. I'm going to let it cool down, add some of the pasta water just after it's cooked. Want the egg and cheese mixture really sticking. You know, that's the key to carbonara. You let the pasta cook the egg and the cheese right at the end. So we're going to use the wok, but the wok won't be on because the oil will just be held in there. You can smell the hickory coming off this breakfast beef. I've used this breakfast beef a few times now, and it's really good. If you are doing a vegetarian version and using tofu, I would, and you know, the carbonara traditionados are really going to go for me. I would add a little bit of garlic to the tofu, but when you're using a meat-based protein, absolutely no. Right, well that's going on. I'm just going to get my pasta on into hot salty water. Sorry, boiling salty water. So there's the pasta going in, bringing it back up to the boil. No need for oil or anything, we just put salt in the water and we're going to cook it till it's al dente, which means it's still quite firm, but it's cooked all the way through. I find that takes normally around 6 minutes. So there we go. Put that on. And make sure your pasta doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan, so every couple of minutes just give it a quick stir. Let's go back to the protein, or the beef bacon. There we are, I think that's done. Yeah, oh, nice and done. Yeah. So I better switch this off quickly. Those are done. Doesn't matter if I leave a few bits in. Make the emulsion. Instead of the canola oil, if you want, you could use the cooking versions of olive oil. If you did this with what I've just done with extra virgin, it would burn and give a bitter, foul taste. So you've got to get the high temperature grades, which are a mix of olive oils and sometimes some pomace oil. So I'm going to let that cool down, ready to make an emulsion with it. I may have lost the filming just then, so I'll just repeat. I've added some water into I let the oil cool down slightly, then I added about 1/3 of a ladle of water from the pasta, which is just about to finish, and I've made this emulsion which has got flavour from the beef and will help loosen up my sauce. I find sometimes when you just add the egg and cheese mix, it gets a bit claggy. So we're going to let that boil a little bit. I'm going to drain off the pasta, then we're going to put all this together. So here we go. Right, I've got that in there. Switch the wok off. In goes with the pasta. Stir that around, get that emulsion distributed throughout. And this is where, in a second, I've got to be really quick. So I get my serving bowls ready. I've got my tongs ready. Right, so in with my beef. Mix that all around. This is not cooked, this is just cooking now from the heat of the pasta, right? And I'm letting it cool slightly. So getting this all distributed before I add the mix. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to season with black pepper before I add. Because once we add the eggs and cheese, we've got to be really quick. We don't want to end up with a pasta omelette. In we go. There you go. And get that mixed around. Do not allow it to fry. No temperature at all, right? And that's it. We are ready to serve. It's as quick as that. Okay, there we have it. A nice bowl of carbonara. You can, if you want, dress it with a little bit of extra virgin, which is what I'm going to do. A bit too much came out too fast. Just mix that in. Right. Adding extra virgin is optional. I just like the taste of it. Traditionalists, don't kill me, please. Now time for the taste test. I always look forward to carbonara. It's good. Always make carbonara fresh. Always eat carbonara fresh. As you see, it's quick to do. If you stick it in the fridge and serve it up tomorrow, it goes all claggy. You don't get that nice taste that I'm enjoying now. Time for an early lunch. If you've liked what you've seen, please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. If you don't like what you've seen, don't hit the subscribe button, but do give us a thumbs down. My name's Brian Davis, the amateur cook with time on his hands. Thank you very much for watching, and again, please subscribe. It does mean a lot to me.